Live from Easy Cage or Darth Easy Studios. It's time for another episode of the Easy Cage Show.
Woo!
Hello, guys. Welcome to episode 130 of the Easy Cage Show. I am Darth Easy.
And I'm Rainy Cage.
It's been a little delayed due to my sleep schedule, Disney, and something else that I'm not creative enough to create at on the top of my hat. I'm not Han Solo here, but I might be Indiana Jones. Guys, I'm Darth Easy.
And I'm Rainy Cage.
And this is episode 130. Today we are talking about the second Indiana Jones film, The Temple of Doom. So I hope everyone has enjoyed these movie reviews so far. This is our second one we've done, and our second of the Indiana Jones series. So we're going to talk about Temple of Doom today. One of my least favorite of the three Indiana Jones films, but you know it has its moments. So we'll talk about all that and more. So Rainy Cage,
yes,
Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. What are your thoughts of it? Overall thoughts of it?
Well, I don't hate it. I hate Willie. I'll go with that. I can't stand her. It'd been a while since I'd seen these movies, so I rewatched it Sunday. And you know, there's a lot of good stuff in it. It's dark. It's it's got some cool iconic moments. The whole mine track scene at the end of the movie, I love that. It's awesome. It's like you're riding a ride. And I love the opening scene too. The kind of the shootout scene at the beginning. But and I don't hate Short Round. I actually kind of like Short Round. He doesn't annoy me. But I can't stand Willie. She's super annoying. Her character's just pointless. She's literally just there for sex appeal, I guess, and she's not even that sexy, I don't think. And you know, it's pretty gory, and it's kind of just nonstop action, really. I mean, there's not much of a story. It's just there's this weird cult, and you know, they're trying to. I don't even remember what are they trying to do exactly.
They're trying to. There's some kind of things with the Hindu gods or something, and they're sacrificing to the god of the underworld, and they're getting unlimited power from hearts or something. And listen, the story's all over the place in Temple of Doom. I will say, like, the days of the story, George Lucas, I believe, was going through a divorce during the time of Indiana Jones and when he was writing the story for Temple of Doom. So obviously, it's going to have its weak points. But, you know, it's got some great action scenes. Like the stuff at the beginning, the stuff in Shanghai was kind of fun. I mean, it feels like James Bond, which, you know, in the last episode I talked about how the movie was inspired from James Bond, and that Shanghai scene kind of feels like a James Bond, like something you would see from a Sean Connery James Bond film. But then the stuff like on the airplane whenever they have to escape using the floaty. I forgot about that part of the movie. It's definitely some of the high stuff. I thought there was some funny parts of the film. So
when I saw that scene, I was like, I can't believe Big Easy gives the scene of what's his name getting in the fridge crap when they jump out of a plane on a damn floaty and land on a mountain and somehow survive.
But Temple of Doom, it's never been one of my favorite Indiana Jones movies. I always go Last Crusade, did Raiders, and those were the only two really I ever consider really rewatchable. And I don't think Temple of Doom's terrible, but I don't think it's like a masterpiece compared to the last movie or even the next one that's coming up in a few weeks. But like I said, I do agree with you about what's the name of the love interest?
Willie.
See, one thing I will say about Willie is she's completely different from Ravenwood. So it's like a different dynamic of a love interest from from Raiders to Temple of Doom. So from that point of view, you get like a completely different kind of character and somebody that completely challenges Indiana Jones's everything she is something that you wouldn't think that Jones would be even halfway interested in. So it kind of created a little interesting dynamic, but I like Ravenwood better than I liked Willie. And, you know, we see a whole other different love interest in The Last Crusade. So, so yeah, I mean, and the villain, listen, I don't like the villains in the movie. And a lot of it has to come down to I want Indiana Jones to fight Nazis. I think those are the best villains, and I like it when Indiana Jones's stories revolve around more religious and Christian elements. But one thing I did like about it is that you can bring in this random kind of story, like with Hindus or something, and throw Indiana Jones in it, and he's an archaeologist, and like I said in the last episode, you could put Indiana Jones or a new Indiana Jones and give him a new story, and it can work.
Some interesting things I was reading about this movie, and I watched Chris Stuckman's review of this movie too because he's obsessed with Indiana Jones. And I didn't know that Steven Spielberg, this is his least favorite movie he's ever done. He even likes Kingdom of the Crystal Skull more than this movie, which is pretty crazy. Also, when it first came out, there was kind of a lot of back stuff against it because it was so dark and bloody and gruesome for a PG movie. Like apparently they came up with the PG-13 rating because of this movie. And then another thing that was kind of crazy was oh crap, now I've lost my train of thought. I don't know. I've lost my train of thought completely. Maybe it'll come back to me in a minute. Okay. But I don't hate this movie. It's entertaining. To me, it's paced way better than the first movie. Like it's just kind of nonstop action. The whole movie is really once they get to the temple. And but I don't like Willie. She sucks. But that chick that plays Willie is Steven Spielberg's wife, still to this day. That was the other thing. Yeah, it's just pretty crazy. Yeah, but yeah, I don't hate it, but you know, I'm good now for another 10 years on watching it.
To be honest with you, Temple of Doom is one of those films. Like I said, it's a reason why. Because I just went it and just said I'm just gonna buy it. And I bought the movie just to finish the trilogy collection, and it's one I haven't seen since I first watched Temple of Doom, and it's one it'll start gathering dust in my bookshelf because it's one of those films that I won't ever want to rewatch because when I want to watch Indiana Jones, I want to watch Raiders. I think Raiders has a better story. I think the villain's better because I think the villain in this movie is very forgettable. I did like the scene where in the Raiders of the Lost Ark, whenever the guy pulls the sword out and he starts waving the thing, and Indiana Jones just shoots him. And he even had that scene in this movie where he goes to shoot him, but he forgot his gun. So this time he actually does have to do a sword fight.
Yeah,
because I believe it.
The thing where he charges them, kind of like in A New Hope, where he charges the
and then but the scene on the rope bridge is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool scene, and it's good. And but I agree. It's one that I won't want to rewatch probably for a long time. But I'm looking forward to watching our next Indiana Jones film because that's easily one of my favorite movies of all time.
I think I remember this being my favorite too, but I don't know. I can't remember them very well, so it's good to rewatch them.
That's right. All right, guys. That ends episode 100 130 of the Easy Cage Show. Next week, we'll be moving our schedule to Thursday.
Any specific time Thursday? So I can get that written down in the books.
It won't matter. You'll forget anyways. But yeah, stay tuned for us on Thursday or Friday. Just depends on something. I don't know. So, but guys, check us out here every week. Next week, we're doing our top 10 live action Disney movies. So, it'll be a fun little list. So, to talk about. So, until next week, all too easy.